Hi, folks. So, just said to God a few minutes ago, is there anything I can do on video? Anything deeper or a newer understanding? And what I got was, be true to yourself, always. There's a number of ways that can go into a message. For me, recently, I've said the point that I will not go back into a church. Unless God has been telling me that, yes, now is the time to start changing things. Now is the time to start moving forwards, and when, a difference is going to be made by me going to a church. And if I do go to a church and I see that they are doing things according to, generally speaking, church, where if they're false worshipping and saying that that's good, then I just have to walk out, because I have to be true to myself. Because the point of it is, you can give people, you can think that maybe they're just having a bad day. You can think that maybe, you can think that if you point out to them that in John 4:23, the Lord talks about true worshippers. And so once you've spoken to them, they're going to get and sort that out. No, they're not. No, they're not. If it's in there, they've seen it anyway. When they saw it, they decided to skip past it and ignore it, because it doesn't fit with the way that church wants to do things. So therefore, if they're not doing that, or if they're not trying to do according to John 4:23, then walk. It's the point, you're going to walk. If they're making all the songs, to make everything about the Son of God, and even then, I was speaking to someone on Saturday. I went down to say hello to the people that do the football on Saturday, and they were ending at the time. I was speaking to him about the name Jesus and the fact that that wasn't his name. And the bloke said, well, in some areas they called the Lord a different name. I said, yeah, okay, that's fine. But again, it's still that point that if you say you love the Lord, you would know his name. Right? So that's another point, isn't it, really? If you're going to a church and they're using the name that has been given to us as the name of the Lord, even though that isn't actually his name, then, walk. Walk. I'm not looking to join those that are called. I'm looking to join those that are chosen. I'm looking to help those that are chosen. Like when I do videos, I'm not looking to speak to those who are called, because they weren't chosen. So for many are called, but few are chosen. I'm looking to speak to the few that are chosen, because the few that are chosen, they are going to walk with God. Those that are called but not chosen will not. Generally speaking, although can some cross over? Yeah, but most can't. Most can't. 90, at least. Oh God, I don't know. You could say 99 point something. Can't. Yeah, lower than 1% of those that were called but not chosen can therefore cross over to chosen, because it's about who they are. Because again, why were they only called and not chosen? They were only called and not chosen because of who they are. That point about who they are is going to stop them from being chosen, isn't it, really? So therefore, And personality. That's another point about who you are, and remaining who you are, and don't lose it. If you're someone who likes to reason and challenge things and see whether that thing fits in the way of truth or not. But again, That's someone who's chosen. As I said before, if you're chosen, get out of church. It isn't for you. Really, it isn't for you. The established church that we've got, the generalized church that we have, they've chosen to do things that are not of God. If you are of God, if you are chosen, therefore you're of God, that is of this world and strongly of this world, but calling itself of God, should always be offensive to you. Always. Put it this way, if what church is doing is not offensive to you, you are called, you're not chosen. That's the reality. Yeah. And again, the thing of it is that to some people, they will get offended a little bit by it, but you're still being offended, so you may still be chosen. Yeah. You might just be baby chosen. But even baby chosen will be offended by that. Massively offended by that. Well, yeah, a little bit. For a baby, but yeah. But so there you go. You know. But yeah. If being yourself means you're kicked out of groups, you're kicked out of things, then okay. But in the world we live in now, it means you're probably on the right path. If you're being kicked out of stuff right now in a world that believes it's right to judge and condemn and not forgive, then you're probably on the right path. So, yeah. Just understand that wasn't for you. It doesn't mean that no other group is right for you. Put it this way, any group of people, if you've got an intelligent group, they will make sure that they have a mixture of personalities within that group. Yeah, a mixture of people, so that all the things that a group needs to be done for that group to stay together as a group and to be a successful group will be covered by those in the group. Yeah, yes, in churches, is that the case? No. 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 Churches want everyone to basically be what is socially acceptable in church. And so, yeah, that's what I say. Yeah, if you are of God, if you're chosen, then that environment is going to be horrible for you and will always be horrible for you. It won't be nice. And again, this whole point, go to God. Now, understand, God may want you in a church because maybe He's trying to teach you stuff about you. Yeah, so therefore, don't just run. Go to God, seek God as to what you should do. Because I know when I've been in churches, when I was in the River Church, it was horrible, but God was teaching me stuff. When I was in other churches, it was horrible, but God was teaching me stuff. God was showing me stuff there. That's the point. And what God was showing me has been incredibly useful in my understanding of church and my understanding of why people choose it. Because I was asking for a long time, I don't understand why people choose it. Now I do. Now I do. And my time in the vineyard has helped me to understand why people choose it, because I've looked a bit more closely at people to see why they would choose this. And yeah, God has put me in places in order to show me. And places that were quite horrible. But again, God put me in there to show me what's in there, to show me what they do. And again, they think that they're pleasing God in what they do. No. No. What they do is horrible to God. It's horrible. But there you go. He's big enough to deal with that. He understands. He understands where we are, but yeah. Is he pleased with it? No. So you enjoy.